political spectrum, industries from different Senate Foreign Affairs Committee and the chairman of Pakistan-China Institute for his opening remarks.
Honorable Speaker of the National Assembly of Pakistan, His Excellency Asad Kaisar Sahib, that I am very pleased to state that friendship with China, Omar Ayub, because his grandfather, President Field Marshal Ayub Khan, former Speaker of the National Assembly, former Foreign Minister, my old colleague in the as Cabinet Minister 20 years ago, and then also a committee on CPEC, Ambassador Yao Jing, and he has been very successful in the completion of CPEC's first phase CPEC forward. And I would also like to recognize the leaders of PowerChina, Mr. Du Jumbo, who is the president. Some of the distinguished parliament sitting on the front row, Senator Javed Abbasi Sahib, Senator Simi Ezdi Sahiba, Mr. Aslam Bhutani, and Mr. Aslam Bhutani is from Balochistan. He is an elected representative from Gwadar. And so we are very happy that Balochistan is also well represented, and also Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Javed Abbasi Sahib, and Punjab also, and other distinguished ladies and gentlemen. And also I'd like to recognize the Chinese delegation which has come for the CPEC Media Forum tomorrow. Mr. Suijin, you are also here. So the completion of this first phase shows that CPEC is already a success story. When out of 22, taking it forward, and the second phase of CPEC shows that the best of CPEC is yet to come. I'm grateful to the Speaker Saab, Asad Kaisar Saab, because he has shown a lot of leadership, a lot of vision, not just on CPEC, but also in bringing opposition and government together to strengthen democracy and to strengthen the supremacy of Parliament. And we thank Mr. Asad Kaisar for all your efforts in this regard, which have already borne fruit. And I would like to tell the audience, ladies and gentlemen, that there are 3 or 4 issues in Pakistan on which the opposition and the government, they are together. Kashmir, nuclear, future of democracy, and CPEC. There is a total national consensus above party lines. And CPEC is an issue which we would like to promote, which we would like to protect, and which we would like to preserve and take it forward, because this is the future of Pakistan. I would also like to express my sincere thanks to China, the Ambassador of China, Mr. Yao Jing, that when CPEC was launched 6 years ago, no country at that time, neither from the West nor from any other country, was willing to invest in Pakistan. The image of Pakistan was very different. When President Xi Jinping came and put forward the vision of CPEC, China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, there has been a vote of confidence in the future of Pakistan and the people of Pakistan. And CPEC today unites the Federation of Pakistan in building a better tomorrow through these corridors and connectivity and all these projects. And the best of CPEC is yet to come. And the core of that is going to be in the province of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. We have Rashakai, the special economic zone, relocation. We have projects on education, on health, on poverty alleviation, on agriculture, on water and irrigation, on human resource development. And PowerChina is also playing a big role because they are also trying to build a gas pipeline, north-south gas pipeline from Lahore to Gwadar. So we feel that CPEC is a guarantor for a better tomorrow for Pakistan, and it is the foundation of closer strategic cooperation between Pakistan and China. We also appreciate the role of President Xi Jinping and his vision of the Belt and Road Initiative, which is probably the most important developmental and diplomatic initiative of the 21st century, bringing together 117 countries of Asia, Africa, Europe, Latin America, Middle East, Europe, and through connectivity, corridors, and also now culture. And tourism and culture have also been added. And when I was chairman of the Parliamentary Committee on CPEC before Shirley Rabab Saab, we made sure that tourism and culture, because it's not just about building roads and brick and mortar, it's also about connectivity among people. And that is why the Pakistan-China Institute, the premier non-governmental organization, which is non-political, non-partisan, non-party, it is devoted to being a platform to bring together the people of Pakistan and China through cooperation in different areas. We thank PowerChina for their support to Pakistan, and we thank China for their support to Pakistan, not just in the field of CPEC, but recently when there were the issues with India on Kashmir, China was with Pakistan standing like a rock, and we thank China for that. And I remember meeting Wang Yi, the Foreign Minister of China, on 18th March 2019, along with Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi Saab in Beijing. And he said, no matter what are the changes within Pakistan and China, or the changes in the region and the world, China will always stand by Pakistan to support Pakistan's independence, territorial integrity, and national dignity without any reservation. Thank you very much for that, and we look forward to a very important session today and the speech of His Excellency the Speaker. Thank you so much.
Now for his keynote address, I would like to call upon the stage the Ambassador of the People's Republic of China, His Excellency Yao Jing.
The Honorable Speaker, Mr. Assad Kaiser, the Honorable Minister, Mr. Omar Ayub, Honorable Chairman, Mr. Shirley Rabab, CPEC Committee of the National Assembly, and also, of course, Honorable Chairman, Mr. Mushahid Hossain Saeed, Chairman of Foreign Affairs Committees, my colleagues, Mr. Du and Mr. Sun from PowerChina, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and assalamu alaikum. I think today, when the PowerChina is launching its report on its successful story or successful experience of Port Qasim Power Plant, I think this is a glimpse of our implementation and cooperation under the CPEC framework. CPEC, after achieved in several sectors, like in the energy sectors, in the infrastructure and the transportation sectors, in the Gwadar report. And right now, with the guidance of the government of Pakistan, of the Prime Minister Imran Khan, that CPEC has moved into a new stage, which will be more focused on the industrial cooperation, more focused on agricultural cooperation, more focused on the social cooperation. But at the current stage, in today's world, a project is not merely or barely means economy. It means community building. It means social benefit. It means the betterment of the environment. So the second stage, or the new stage of the CPEC, we call it a high quality development of the CPEC, a high standard development of the CPEC. By high quality, by high standard, we basically means first, it is an open project to the community, open project to the sectors, open project to the region, and if possible to the world. Second, it should be a green project that is friendly to the environment, sustainable to the future. So the greenness or the environmentally friendly project will be as a priority for the next CPEC project. Thirdly, it should be a clean project. That is, we will have to set a new culture of dealing or doing business according to the modern standards of based on our law, based on our new commercial chain or cultures. So I think that by this high standard or high quality development of the next stage of the CPEC, we will have this conception of openness, green, and cleanness among us. The fundamental purpose of the CPEC's new stage is serve the people in a better way, to serve the community in a better way, to engage the private sectors, the communities, and the societies in a better way. In this regard, the Port Qasim Power Plant or this PowerChina, your collaboration with the local community poses a good experience and a good, I should say, good achievements in this regard. I was reading this report, and I'm quite impressed by your efforts to building the bridge with the local community, to protect the local environment, and to look after beyond the economic effect of this project and to reach out the overall society of Pakistan and the localities. This exactly is the direction for our future, for the new stage, for a power or for a people-oriented CPEC, which we want to achieve. We want to work for that. So today, the launching of this report is a good example for all the Chinese companies and the Chinese business community who are participating in the CPEC cooperation. This is also a good example for the Pakistani side, for the benefiters of these economic projects, that this CPEC will look after in a broader sense of the interest, of the welfare, of the well-being of the community in Pakistan. So I believe, with the guidance of both the Pakistani and the Chinese governments, that the CPEC will have a much more extensive impact or the influences on the well-being and also on the further promotion of the people's interest, of people's concerns, and of the people's expectation. So this is the new direction of the CPEC, and this is also the new significance of the CPEC. It is a successful story for not only for PowerChina, but should be a successful story for both Pakistan and China. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency, for your remarks. Now, for the official launch of today's Sustainable Development Report of PowerChina and Pakistan, I will request the worthy chief guests to please come forward for the official unveiling. Yes.
Omar, आप भी आ जाएं। फोटो तो आए।
अकॉर्डिंग टू प्लान चलेगा प्लान चेंज करना कोई इशू नहीं आ रहा ना थोड़ा सा टर्टल हो गया
नहीं मैं सोच में पड़ गया था बोलना क्या है
मैं उनका आने का वेट कर रहा था। मैंने कहा ये आएंगे तो आपने कहा इनको पहले बुला
स्पीच देना
the Honorable Speaker of the National Assembly to deliver his speech.
بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم. عزت مآب چین کی سفیر محترم جناب یاو جنگ صاحب، انتہائی احترام کے لائق سینیٹر جناب مشاہد حسین صاحب، چیئرمین قائمہ کمیٹی برائے خارجہ امور، ہمارے منسٹر صاحب عمر ایوب صاحب، سینیٹرز، ایم این ایز، ایم پی ایز، ہمارے جتنے یہاں میڈیا سے تعلق رکھنے والے ہمارے بھائی اور سول سوسائٹی، گورنمنٹ آفیشل، السلام علیکم. میں سب سے پہلے جناب مشاہد حسین سعید صاحب کا شکر گزار ہوں جنہوں نے سی پیک کے حوالے سے اس خصوصی تقریب کا انعقاد کیا اور مجھے انتہائی بامقصد گفتگو کرنے اور سننے کا موقع فراہم کیا. یقیناً سی پیک کے سلسلے میں جناب مشاہد حسین سعید صاحب کے کردار کو ہمیشہ سنہرے روپ سے دیکھا جائے گا. میں دوست و ہمسایہ ملک چین کی سفیر عزت مآب مایو جنگ کو بھی خراج تحسین پیش کرتا ہوں جو پاک چائنا تعلقات کو مضبوط تر کرنے میں اپنا کردار ادا کر رہے ہیں، جن کی ذاتی دلچسپی سی پیک دن بدن کامیابی کی منزل طے کر رہا ہے. میں چاہتا ہوں کہ کیونکہ سی پیک کی جب اناگوریشنز ہو رہی تھی اور سی پیک کے حوالے سے جو بنیادی جب آئیڈیا آیا تو اس وقت میں صوبے میں تھا اور وہاں صوبے میں ہمارے بہت زیادہ ایشوز تھے، کنسرن تھے. تو اس وقت کی گورنمنٹ کے ساتھ ہم اس کو وہ مسلسل ٹیک اپ کرتے رہے اور اس کے ساتھ ساتھ ہماری جو چائنا گورنمنٹ کے ساتھ اور خاص کر یہاں جو اس کے ایمبیسڈر تھے ان کے ساتھ بھی ہمارا مسلسل رابطہ رہا. اس وقت ہمیں کچھ کنسرن تھی جو کہ پراپرلی ایڈریس ہوئی. جو ہمیں سب سے زیادہ ایشو تھا وہ مغربی روٹ پہ تھا کہ مغربی روٹ کو جو ہے نا اس کو نظر انداز کیا جا رہا ہے، اس پہ وہ فیسلٹیز نہیں ہیں. اور سی پیک کے حوالے سے ہمارے پاس اس وقت جتنی انفارمیشن ہوتی تھی اور ہمارے اسمبلی نے کیپی اسمبلی نے مسلسل 3 ریزولوشن پاس کی. اس میں سب سے زیادہ جو ہے نا مغربی روٹ کے حوالے سے جو ہے نا ہماری بات ہو رہی تھی. مجھے خوشی ہے آج کہ وہ جو ہم نے وہاں آواز اٹھائی تھی، ریزولوشن پاس کی تھی، مشاہد حسین صاحب جو ہے نا آئے بھی تھے وہاں کے پی کے ہمارے پاس اور اس وقت اس کو بھی ہم نے اپنے کنسرن جو ہے نا دکھائے تھے. اور یہاں جو اس وقت کے منسٹر تھے احسن اقبال صاحب، اس کے ساتھ بھی ہمارے اسلام آباد میں میٹنگز ہوئی تھی اور پھر ہمارے ایک میٹنگ جو ہے نا ادھر کے پی کے میں بھی ہوئی تھی. کوئی نرم کوئی گرم کوئی دونوں طریقے ہمارے ڈسکشن رہے ہیں. تو اس لیے سی پیک کو جو ہے نا اس وقت سے ہم یہ سمجھ رہے ہیں کہ یہ ہماری اکانومی کو بوسٹ کرنے کے لیے ایک مین ریڑھ کی ہڈی کی حیثیت رکھتا ہے. کیونکہ جو ہمارا ملک جو ہے نا یہ وار اینڈ ٹیرر کی وجہ سے جتنی بری طرح متاثر رہا، اس کی اکانومی متاثر رہی، اس کی ہماری جو سوشل لائف بہت بری طرح متاثر رہی. یعنی آپ سوچ لیں کہ یہ جو ادھر خاص کر پاکستان میں جو دہشت گردی شروع ہو گئی اور پھر جس صوبے سے میں تعلق رکھتا ہوں وہاں پوری کی پوری ضلع جو ہے نا وہ مائیگریٹ کر گئے. وہاں کیا انڈسٹری ہوگی اس صورتحال میں کہ آپریشنز ہو رہے ہیں، دھماکے ہو رہے ہیں، وہاں حالت جنگ میں ہے پورا اور اس کی وجہ سے پوری کی پوری سوسائٹی کمیونٹی، بچے، خواتین، بوڑھے، جوان وہ مائیگریٹ کر گئے، وہ آئی ڈی پی بن گئے اور وہ حالت آپ کے سامنے. اس صورتحال میں وہاں جو اکنامک کرائسس آ گیا وہ اس سے صرف خیبر پختونخوا قبائل متاثر نہیں ہوئے، اس سے پورے پاکستان متاثر ہوا. ہمارے لوگ ادھر پنجاب آ گئے، ادھر سندھ چلے گئے، ایشوز بھی کافی سارے آئے. تو صورتحال میں جب ہم اس وقت بات کر رہے تھے تو یہ ہمیں ایک روشنی نظر آئی کہ ایک روشنی ہے. اگر اس روشنی میں بھی کوئی تمام صوبوں کو جو کہ پسماندہ ہے، جو جنگ زدہ ہے، جس کی اکانومی برا طرح متاثر رہی ہے، اگر اس کی ایشوز کو ایڈریس نہ کیا گیا تو ڈیفینیٹلی اس کی بہت بڑے نقصانات ہوں گے. تو مجھے خوشی ہے کہ الحمدللہ آج وہ ایشوز جو ہے نا تقریباً وہ سیٹل ہو گئے ہیں. اس میں جو رشکئی اکنامک زون کے اوپر ہمارا بہت زیادہ زور ہوتا تھا, ابھی میرے خیال میں ایمبیسڈر صاحب نے مجھے بتایا کہ وہ تقریباً فائنل ہو چکا ہے. ہوپ فلی اس کی جلد از جلد جو ہے نا انشاءاللہ اوپننگ ہو جائے گی. اس کی تمام وہ ہو چکے ہیں. جو بلوچستان کی اور گوادر کی ہمارے ایم ایل اے صاحب بھی بیٹھے ہیں, وہاں بھی ہمارے ایشوز پراپرلی ایڈریس ہو گئے ہیں. میں تو اس حوالے سے چائنا گورنمنٹ کو یہ یقین دہانی کرتا ہوں کہ یہ سی پیک یہ پاکستان کا پروجیکٹ ہے, یہ پاکستانی عوام کا پروجیکٹ ہے. اس کے لیے آپ کو جس قسم کی تسلی ہوگی, جس قسم کی آپ کو سیٹسفیکشن ہوگی, یہ نیشنل اسمبلی اور گورنمنٹ آپ کو پرووائڈ کرے گی. میں پوری یقین سے کہتا ہوں. بلکہ میں یہ بھی کہوں گا, میں نے ابھی مشاہد صاحب کو بھی کہا اور ہمارے جو پارلیمانی سی پیک کمیٹی کی چیئرمین ہیں, اس کے ساتھ میری ریگولرلی ارباب صاحب کے ساتھ میری ریگولر ڈسکشن ہوتی ہے. اور ہم نے اس کے لیے ایک بنایا ہے, ہمارا ایک دسمبر میں سیمینار ہو رہا ہے, اور اس پہ ہم نے یہ ایک ایجنڈا ڈالا ہے اب کہ ہم سی پیک کو کیسے سینٹرل ایشیا کے ساتھ لنک کر سکتے ہیں. اور اس کے لیے ہم نے ایک آرگنائزیشن سے بات کی ہے, اور اس نے اسپانسرشپ بھی اٹھائی, اور اس کے اوپر پورا ایک پیپر لکھ رہے ہیں کہ ہم جو, کیونکہ ہمیں اس وقت روٹس کی پتہ نہیں ہے, پوری ڈیٹیل پتہ نہیں ہے, تو اس میں ہم دسمبر میں ایک بہت بڑا سیمینار کر رہے ہیں جس میں تمام جو سینٹرل ایشیاز کنٹریز ہوں گی, چائنا کی نمائندگی اور پاکستان کی, اور ہم بیٹھ کے اس پر ڈسکشن کریں. انٹلیکچوئلز ہوں گے, پارلیمنٹیریز ہوں گے, پروفیسرز ہوں گے, تاکہ ہم کیسے اس کو انٹر لنک بنائیں, کیسے اس کی کوآرڈینیشن بنائیں, کیسے اس کی کنیکشن بنائیں. تو اس کے لیے ہماری جو کمیٹی وہ بھی بہت ایفیکٹولی کام کر رہی ہیں, اور میں امید رکھتا ہوں کہ اس قسم کی یہ سیمینار پوری صوبے میں کریں گے تاکہ ہر صوبے سے ان کے اندر انپٹ آئے. کسی صوبے کو یہ احساس نہ ہو کہ ہمیں نظر انداز کیا جا رہا ہے. تمام صوبے, تمام قومیتیں, تمام ملک کے ہر فرد کو یہ احساس ہو کہ یہ میرا پروجیکٹ ہے. تو میں شیر علی ارباب صاحب سے بھی امید رکھتا ہوں کہ وہ اس قسم کی سیمینار تمام صوبوں میں کریں گے, اور مشاہد صاحب کو اپنا ساتھ, کیونکہ ان کی ایکسپرٹی ہے, ان کو ساتھ لے کے پورے صوبوں میں یہ اس میں کراس پارٹی میٹنگ ہونی چاہیے. پالیٹکس سے ابو ہے, یہ پالیٹکس کے وہ نہیں آتا, یہ ہمارا قومی منصوبہ ہے. جب قومی منصوبہ ہوتا ہے تو اس میں پھر پالیٹکس پیچھے رہ جاتی ہے. اس میں جو بھی پارٹی ہے, جو بھی قومیت ہے, جو بھی صوبہ ہے, جو بھی زبان بولنے والے ہیں, یہ سب کا سی پیک اس کا پروجیکٹ ہے. کیونکہ اس میں ہمیں اپنی سروائیول نظر آ رہی ہے, اس میں ہمیں اپنے بچوں کا مستقبل نظر آ رہا ہے. ہمارے بچے جو جنگ زدہ ہے, جو تکلیف میں, جو مشکل میں, جس کے اوپر جو ہے نا اس وقت ایک بہت چیلنجنگ ہے. تو مجھے امید ہے انشاءاللہ تعالی اس سی پیک سے ایک نئی اکنامک ایکٹیویٹی جنم لے گی, ایک نئی خوشحالی آئے گی, روزگار کے مواقع پیدا ہوں گے, اور جو اس وقت جو تھوڑی بہت تعطل ہے, مجھے تو یہ امید ہے انشاءاللہ تعالی پاکستان دنیا کا اکنامک پاور بنے گا, اور اس میں سی پیک کا بنیادی کردار ہوگا, کیونکہ یہ ہماری پوری دنیا کے ساتھ تجارتی راہیں کھل جائیں گے, اور ہم ایک نئی جہد میں شامل ہوں گے. تو میں چائنا گورنمنٹ کو, یہاں جتنی بھی ہمارے خاص کر اس وقت جو پاور چائنا کے سی او یا جو نمائندگی ہے, میں اس کو ویلکم بھی کرتا ہوں, خوش آمدید بھی کہتا ہوں, اور اپریشیٹ بھی کرتا ہوں کہ جو وہ انویسٹمنٹ کر رہے ہیں. یہاں دیگر بھی جو چائنا سے مختلف کمپنیز آئے ہیں, میں اس کو بھی ویلکم کرتا ہوں, اپریشیٹ کرتا ہوں کہ وہ اس کے لیے آئیں. میں یقین دہانی کرتا ہوں آپ کو کہ میں یہاں چائنا کا جو ہے نا آپ کا نمائندہ ہوں, میں آپ کا نمائندہ ہوں. آپ اس اسمبلی میں جتنی بھی ایم این ایز ہیں وہ آپ کے نمائندے ہیں, وہ آپ کے ساتھ ہوں گے انشاءاللہ تعالیٰ. پاکستانی قوم اس پروجیکٹ پہ بہت خوش ہیں, اور ہمیں یہ بھی خوشی ہے کہ ابھی ایگریکلچر بھی اور جو ہے نا وہ اس کا ایک حصہ بن گیا, کمپوننٹ بن گیا سی پیک کا. تو ہم نے ایک اسپیشل کمیٹی بنائی ہے ایگریکلچر کے اوپر, اور ہم چاہتے ہیں کہ وہ بھی آپ کے ساتھ مل کے کام کریں گی, کیونکہ ہمارے فارمر جو اس وقت مشکلات سے دو چار ہو رہے ہیں. اور مجھے یہ بھی امید ہے کہ چائنا ہمارے فارمرز کے لیے اپنی مارکیٹیں کھولیں گے, अपने जो हमारे मार्केट्स हैं ना जो वो हमारे लिए खोलेंगे, और जो हमारी दोस्ती की रिश्ते हैं इंशाअल्लाह ताला, हमारा तो छोटा सा मुल्क है, हमारे कितनी प्रोडक्ट्स होंगी, वो तो आपके एक सूबे में भी वो तो आप हमारे साथ थोड़ा खुल के करें, ताकि हमारी इकोनॉमी वो और हमारे जो इस वक्त एक्सपोर्ट हैं जो इम्बेलेंस है वो इस इम्बेलेंस पे उसको थोड़ा फ़ायदा होगा। तो मुझे उम्मीद है मुशाहिद हुसैन साहब जो है ना मेरी बात इसको अपनी ज़बान में समझा देंगे कि हम चाहते हैं कि आप हमारे लिए ओपन करें अपने मार्केट, इंशाल्लाह पाकिस्तान आगे बढ़े। देखिए चाइना और पाकिस्तान ये आप इसको हम समझते हैं कि एक ही मुल्क है, हमारी एक इतनी रिलेशन बन गए। हमारी अगर हमारी इकोनॉमी स्ट्रेंथन होगी तो वो चाइना के लिए फ़ायदेमंद होगी। तो मैं उम्मीद रखता हूँ कि चाइना जो है ना हमारे एक्सपोर्ट के लिए कोई कदम नहीं रखेगा, अपनी मार्केट ओपन करेगा, हमें स्पेशल स्टेटस देंगे ताकि हमारी जो यहाँ जो इम्बेलेंस हैं वो इससे सेटल हो। आपकी बहुत मेहरबानी, इंशाअल्लाह ताला आपके साथ मिल के काम करेंगे। हम आपको अब दिलो जान से आपके इस प्रोजेक्ट के साथ है। थैंक यू, अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
Ladies and gentlemen, talking more about the
As the world's largest power construction enterprise with complete industrial chain, PowerChina is committed to serving global energy and infrastructure development. In 2019, PowerChina ranked 161st among the Fortune Global 500 and second among the ENR, Engineering News Record, top 150 global design firms. Pakistan is an important country along the Belt and Road. Since entering Pakistan market in 1987, PowerChina ensured quality of project through technical and management innovation, built a series of high-quality projects with the spirit of artisans and strict compliance with quality standards, and created and made great contributions to the social and economic development of Pakistan. Up to now, 40 projects have been completed with total contract value around $6 billion. There are 23 projects under execution with a total contract value around $2.8 billion, including projects in water conservancy and hydropower, roads, railways, bridges, and municipal infrastructure. Port Qasim 1,320 megawatt coal-fired power plant project. Haveli Bahadur Shah 1,320 megawatt combined cycle power plant project. Sahiwal 1,320 megawatt coal-fired power plant project. Nandipur 525 megawatt gas-fired combined cycle power plant project. Gomalzam Dam multi-purpose project. Duber Kwar hydropower project. Dharawat Dam project. The irrigation canal and barrage projects in Punjab province. Kankwar hydropower project. Karbala 4th Extension Hydropower Project. Mangla Refurbishment Project. Lahore Metro Transit System Orange Line. Dawood Wind Farm. Suchal 49.5 megawatt wind farm. At the same time, PowerChina has also fulfilled the social responsibilities as an overseas enterprise and instills awareness of social responsibility management in everybody of the enterprise. PowerChina always adheres to people-oriented principle and regards employees as the most valuable asset. The company actively implements localization of employees, cares for them, pays close attention to employee training, guarantees employee safety, and provides employees with a good working environment and comfortable living conditions so as to enhance employees' sense of well-being and belonging. Care for employee development. Cultural integration promotion. Safe production. PowerChina has always adhered to the concept of green and ecological development in Pakistan and has earnestly fulfilled corporate environmental responsibility. The company actively improved environmental management system, implemented multiple measures of energy conservation, emission reduction, and ecological protection, and strived to build a green ecological project. Green management, clean production, ecological environment protection. PowerChina actively fulfills its social responsibility and integrates itself into local development through various means, including providing funds and donations to schools and hospitals, repairing houses for local communities, etc., trying its best to give back and contribute to the society and people of Pakistan. Driving industry development, assisting infrastructure construction, funding education services, building harmonious communities, building volunteer teams. The Sustainability Report of PowerChina in Pakistan is the fourth sustainability report of developing country issued by the company, after reports on Zambia, Indonesia, and Laos. We hope to take root in Pakistan and make more contributions to the prosperity and development of Pakistani society through a comprehensive review of the PowerChina's CSR performance actions and achievements in Pakistan.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have placed a copy of the report in the gift boxes. Also, you can have the copy at the
Senate Committee of Foreign Affairs, Senator Masahid Hossein Said, Honorable Minister for Energy, Mr. Omar Ayub Han, Honorable Chairman, Parliamentary Committee on CPEC, Mr. Sir Ali Ababa. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, good morning. We are gathering here today in this beautiful garden city of ISLAMABAD to witness and to think tank research reports on Port Qasim Power Plant. First of all, on behalf of PowerChina, I wish Honorable Chinese President Xi Jinping officially proposed the Belt and Road Initiative. In the same year, the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, acting as a flagship project of the Belt and Road Initiative, was launched and set up a new strategic framework for the practical comparison and inject impetus to the China-Pakistan all-weather strategic cooperation partnership. The all-round cooperation has also brought promising opportunities for both Chinese and Pakistani enterprises like PowerChina. PowerChina is a central state-owned enterprise of China, offering comprehensive solutions to the entire value chain in global energy, power, water resources, and the environment, infrastructure, and real estate in the industries. In 2019, PowerChina ranks 161st in Fortune Global 500. Since its first step into Pakistan in 1987, PowerChina has been actively engaging itself in the planning, investment, engineering, and construction in the power, water infrastructure sectors of Pakistan, and has accumulatively completed about 40 projects with a total contract value approximately $6 billion. Under the framework of CPEC, entrusted by the two governments and serving as an expert team, PowerChina participates in the development of energy master plan for CPEC. Meanwhile, as an investor and constructor, PowerChina has directly taken in 8 projects among the 20 early harvest projects under CPEC, especially by utilizing its competitive edge of integrated industry expertise. PowerChina, together with Qatar partner, has invested, constructed, and operated the Port Qasim coal-fired power project, which has produced more than 16 billion kilowatt-hours of clean and affordable electricity since its commercial operation in April 2018. This has helped the government of Pakistan in alleviating the energy crisis and promoting the development of national economy. In the past 32 years, PowerChina does not only focusing on the economic benefit, but attached more attention on the social and environmental responsibilities. PowerChina always adheres to the principle of wide consultation, joint contribution, and shared benefits, and has been participating in Pakistan's energy and infrastructure sector, which are the foundation of economic development. During the implementation of projects, PowerChina actively promotes local employment, fulfill social responsibilities, contributes for taxes, and is devoted to make positive changes to local development and improvement of people's livelihood. Along with the above 32 years development, PowerChina has forged a profound friendship and love to the people and the soul of Pakistan. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, Honorable President Xi Jinping said during his historic visit to Pakistan in 2015 that friendship between China and Pakistan is based on trust and mutual support. And we have been devoted friends through both good and hard times. Starting from this new era, we are deeply convinced that under the guidance of the state leaders, through effective governing of the governments, and with joint efforts of the contractors of China and Pakistan, the CPEC and the China-Pakistan relations will leave a heavy and beautiful color to a new chapter of building a community of shared future for mankind. PowerChina is honored and ready to work with our Pakistan partners to make full play of our abilities and our experiences to further contribute to the economic and social progress of the country and jointly create a better future for China-Pakistan relations. Lastly, I wish this launch ceremony a great success. Long live China-Pakistan friendship. Thank you again, and the best wishes to all of you. Thank you.
Yao Jing, leaders, President of PowerChina, Chief Director of New Center PowerChina, Assalamu alaikum and Ni Hao. I was going through the presentation, and although I had some and the quality of work that I've witnessed, I must say I'm really impressed, and I would really like to thank PowerChina for all the good work that you've done. It's partnership like these which actually take cultural and country cooperation forward. CPEC is basically the cornerstone of our long-standing relationship with China. CPEC, in its first phase, was all about power and infrastructure development, transport infrastructure development. However, these were the prerequisites. Back in the days, we had a shortfall of power supply and power generation and power utilization. With these power projects, we are able to greatly bridge the gap. We also had issues with connectivity, which the first phase addressed. However, the role of power and the role of energy projects will go a long way in achieving our phase 2 objectives, which is industrialization, which is the expansion of special economic zones, which is the development of Gwadar, which is all the different sectors that we are looking at, for example, agriculture. In the recent JCC meeting, we also looked at cooperation in the fields of eco-tourism, in the fields of mines and minerals, people-to-people cultural exchange. Based on the good work done by our companies like PowerChina and other Chinese companies and our Pakistani companies and our governments, we are, alhamdulillah, well set to enter into phase 2, which is going to be one of the crucial phases. And we at the Parliament are taking the second phase very seriously. We've had many meetings to ensure that smooth functioning of projects is carried out. There has been some misconception in certain sections of the press at certain times about CPEC projects being either slowed down. I can report very happily that the projects of the Western Corridor, which had certain issues, have all now been cleared. So the Western alignment of road infrastructure are now going to go full throttle, and across the spectrum of CPEC, most of the projects are either ahead of schedule or on schedule. There's also another aspect. As per the minutes of the last JCC report, JCC meeting, about 7,240 megawatts have been added. And this has created over 10,000 jobs, which cost about $12.4 billion, approximately. So all of these things are going really good. I would also like to draw your attention to the phase 2. Phase 2 is going to be, as has been mentioned by esteemed colleagues, it is going to be about industrial development. It is going to be about export-oriented economy. It is going to be about import substitution. It is going to be about us realigning our priorities and bracing for the road towards development, prosperity, and progress. CPEC for Pakistan is extremely important, not only because by achieving the objectives of CPEC, Pakistan will greatly benefit from it, but also it will enable us to realign our priorities and set ourselves on greater projects which will have greater dividends for this country. And for this opportunity and for this support, we will forever be thankful to the people and the government of China. Thank you very much.
Your Honourable Speaker National, your Honourable Chairman, Senator Committee on Foreign Affairs, Senator Mohammed Ayub.
尊敬的巴基斯坦电力部部长奥马尔·阿尤布·汗先生，
Your Honourable Federal Minister for Energy, Mr. Omar Ayub.
尊敬的参议院 CPEC 委员会主席谢尔阿里·阿巴布先生，
Your Honourable Chairman, Parliamentary Commission of CPEC, Mr. Shirley Arab.
各位嘉宾、女士们、先生们、朋友们，上午好。
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning.
今天我们相聚在美丽的伊斯兰堡，共同见证中国电建巴基斯坦可持续发展报告发布。首先，我代表中国电建对巴基斯坦政府、议会及相关部门、中国驻巴基斯坦大使馆以及中巴相关合作方长期以来对中国电建的关怀支持表示衷心的感谢。
Today we're gathering in the beautiful Islamabad city to witness the launching of sustainable development report of PowerChina in Pakistan. First of all, on behalf of PowerChina, I extend my heartfelt thanks to the Pakistan government, the Chinese embassy, and all stakeholders for their concern and valuable support to PowerChina all the time.
习近平总书记说：“中国和巴基斯坦的友谊比山高，比海深，比蜜甜。”伊姆兰总理刚刚成功访华，两国领导人重申将坚定致力于加强中巴全天候战略合作伙伴关系，打造新时代更紧密的中巴命运共同体。
The President Xi Jinping has been saying our relationship is pointedly hailed as a friendship, higher than mountains, deeper than the oceans, and sweeter than honey. During His Excellency Prime Minister Imran Khan's latest successful state visit to China, the leaders of the two countries reaffirmed their commitment to
strengthening China-Pakistan all-weather strategic partnership and forging a new era of the more intimate shared destiny.
中国电建是全球能源电力、水资源与环境、基础设施领域提供规划、建设、投资、运营的综合性建设集团，是全球最大的电力工程承包商和设计商。
PowerChina is serving as a comprehensive construction group which provides planning, construction, investment, and operation service in the global power, water resources, and environment and infrastructure sectors. It is one of the world's largest power engineering constructor and designer.
我们坚持共商共建共享理念，积极落实“一带一路”倡议，以建设一个项目、带动一方经济、结交一方朋友、造福一片社区、改善一方环境为己任，推动国际产能合作，更好地造福各国人民。
We adhere to the concept of wide consultation, joint contribution, and the shared benefits, and actively implement the Belt and Road Initiative to promote international energy cooperation and bring tangible benefits by building a project, promoting economy, making friends, bring prosperity to the community, and improving the environment and the local people's living standards.
目前，我们在119个国家和地区设有419个驻外机构，执行3032份合同，多数项目分布在“一带一路”沿线国家。迄今为止，我们在海外承建的电力能源项目总装机容量达1.7亿千瓦，使10多亿人民从中受益。
At present, we have 419 overseas organizations in 190.
Honorable Senator Mushahid Hussain Sayyid Sahib, Chairman Senate Foreign Relations Committee, Janab Sher Ali Arbab Sahib, Chairman Standing Committee on CPEC, National Assembly of Pakistan, Ambassador of China, His Excellency Mr. Yao Jin, he stepped out for a meeting at the Foreign Office. Senator Simi Saiba, Senator Barrister Javed Abbasi Sahib, Mr. Du Zhangao, President PowerChina, members of the press and electronic media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. Mushahid Sahib, first of all, I want to congratulate you, all your team members, for hosting this excellent event. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for remembering Ayub Khan in such terms, for remembering a part of history that defined the basis of Pakistan-China relationship in the 60s. Ladies and gentlemen, before I proceed further, let me just give you a few reflection or anecdotes from history. The year was 1962 when Ayub Khan had visited the United States, a historic visit where President Kennedy and his wife, the First Lady Jacqueline Kennedy, received Ayub Khan, and they had a historic welcome. Once the official visit was over, Ayub Khan Mushahid Sahib was handed 2 albums in New York. One of the albums, inshallah I will show it, my father has it and I'll show it to you. It's the original visit album of the photograph which is customary, that's presented to the heads of state. There was another album. So he asked his military secretary to place it in the aircraft. So once the aircraft took off from New York, and he opened the album, ladies and gentlemen, they were just photographs by the National Security Agency of the United States, which is the spy wing of the United States, which does satellite imagery. There was no text to it, they were just photographs of the Karakoram highway. That was a message by the United States that we know what is happening between China and Pakistan, and that was the basis of the first CPEC, or the relationship between Pakistan and China at that time. Another anecdote, another event from history. We come back to 1965, we've fast forward. And this is an event that Mushahid Hussain Saab is also aware of. President Johnson of the United States, again, he told Ayub Khan, Mr. President, you are befriending an enemy of the United States. Why are you doing this? And Ayub Khan told him, Mr. President, China is our neighbor. It is in the national interest of Pakistan. The United States is far away, and we will build this relationship. And mark my words, he made two prophetic remarks, or two important factors he mentioned to President Johnson. He said, Mr. President, there will be a day when the United States will require the help of Pakistan in building bridges with China. And the second was that the Soviet Union will be in Afghanistan. Both events came true in 1965. Now, having said that, ladies and gentlemen, the impact of CPEC at that time, was it just a road? Was it just the Karakoram highway? And the answer is no. If you look at the CPEC at that time, what was the foundation? I'm going to just make a list of some of the industries, and you will get a sense of what CPEC at that time was. CPEC 1, then CPEC 2, what is happening now, and taking it forward. Number 1, heavy mechanical complex, heavy electrical complex, Kamra rebuild factory, all these machine tool factory in Pakistan, all these industries, ladies and gentlemen, heavy industries, without which you cannot operate the industrial base of a country, were built at that time. And the location was not a coincidence that they were right next to Islamabad, near Taxila, Kamra, Attak, Haripur. All this region was earmarked for this very reason, at the place where it is a 0 kilometer from where the Karakoram highway takes off and then enters Hunjra Pass, and for which every kilometer, ladies and gentlemen, every kilometer of Karakoram highway took one life. People sacrificed their lives at that time to build this highway, and this is the 8th wonder of the world, of which Pakistan and China can be jointly proud of. Now the phase that we've entered, and I'm going to talk about energy as well, and the contribution of PowerChina and the government of China and the people of China and Pakistan in working towards energy requirements. But just step back, the impact of job creation. At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, we as human beings, we have to feed our families. We have to have job opportunities. We have to have economic wheels turning in a country. All the other inputs, be it energy, entrepreneurial skills, labor, all the other technologies are built towards job creation and well-being of countries. It's nothing new. We're not reinventing the wheel. And Mushahid Saab, you being a student of history, and other august member or in the other distinguished people here in this, ladies and gentlemen, who are students of history, I'll take you back 2,050 years when Augustus, Emperor Augustus, also known as Octavian, who defeated Egypt and Cleopatra and took over the empire at that time. The first Roman Empire, their revenue used to be about 1 billion sesterces. Sesterces in today's dollar terms is about $3.5 to a sesterce. So at that time, out of that 1 billion sesterces revenue that was coming in, 1/3 was from the Far East, and I mean China. And that was a closely guarded secret, because the Roman Empire, the divisions that they had of troops to keep the trade routes open, was dependent on the trade. The 300 million sesterces that used to come in was spent on security operations of the Roman Empire to create the wealth and might of the Roman Empire and to expand. So again, what am I driving at? Job creation, industry, competitive advantage, trade. We fast forward into history. Again, those of you who are familiar with the name, Google it. And the name is Manfred Baron Manfred von Richthofen. He was a fighter ace in the First World War who shot down 68 Allied aircraft. He was shot down by Australian ground fire and died. His uncle, another Baron von Richthofen, in 1882, ladies and gentlemen, he took the ancient trade records of the trade between China and the Middle East and the Roman empires, and he tabulated the rates and the tariff structure for a reason. They wanted to build a rail network between China to Germany over the Eurasian landmass. And that is exactly what is happening today, ladies and gentlemen. What we are talking about, the One Belt, One Road project, when we are talking about energy connectivity, when we are talking about creating jobs, we're not reinventing the wheel. We are taking these ideas, putting in fresh technology perspective, and creating opportunities where a country like Pakistan is going to be the gateway. It will be the funnel through which all energy resources, trade is going to flow from the Persian Gulf, from the Indian Ocean up to the Eurasian landmass into China, and then across the Eurasian landmass into Russia and the European Union. That is what we are talking about. Let me give you a few statistics, and then we are going to come into the exciting field of energy and petroleum. Ladies and gentlemen, Professor Michael Enright, he was the research assistant with Michael Porter, Dr. Michael Porter, the famous guru of Harvard Business School, who has written books on the competitive advantage of companies, of nations. And he analyzed this, and just before the function, I was discussing this with Senator Simi Saiba and Musharraf Hussain Saeed Saib. He analyzed China's economy, and there are very interesting statistics that come through, and you can connect the dots. Approximately 1.5 to 2% of China's landmass is today generating more than 75% of China's exports, and that is along the eastern seaboard. Now China is going towards the west. Another important statistic, China is the last point in the ASEAN trade, in the value addition process. And what do I mean by that? Each individual in this room, if you take out a cell phone, it's made in China, and one of the components of the final product is made in China. China adds approximately the last 10 to 15% of the value addition. 85% of the products are made in countries like Vietnam, Philippines, Singapore, etc., etc., etc. The government of Pakistan's role today, ladies and gentlemen, and this is something our Prime Minister Imran Khan Sahib is promoting, is to make sure that Pakistan is also part and parcel of that value-added trade. That the Chinese exports that go out from China in electronics, in heavy engineering, there should be a component that is exported from China into China's trade, and that is then exported into the world. That is what our value-added strategy is. That is going to create jobs. That will create a rising income level in Pakistan, and that will bring about prosperity. It is all about interconnection. Another important factor, ladies and gentlemen, is the interconnection of Africa, a huge continent, a mineral-rich continent. Today, China imports all its rare earth metals from Africa and surrounding regions. Rare earth metals, I'm going to name some of the technologies that it is used in, from atomic number 57 to atomic number 73 in the periodic table. If you go back into your science class, chemistry class, it sits right there. Where are these metals used in? Lasers, magnets, high-speed precision-guided munitions, stealth technology. That is where it is used in. And today, China has 96% control of the global supply and production of rare earth metals. Guess where it's going to go from once these trade routes are up and running, inshallah? Through Pakistan, ladies and gentlemen. That is the future. That is where we are going in. Another important factor, when we talk about high-speed railways, we talked about railways in 1882. Today, China is connected from the west of China, from Kashgar right up to Shanghai through high-speed railways, bullet trains. These are levitating, magnetic levitating trains. They do not, their wheels do not touch the track. They run on magnets. That technology is being used, and we are looking at evacuation tube technology, which is going to be propelling, and they are experimenting on this through a partial vacuum tube across the Eurasian landmass at speeds of 1,600 miles an hour, twice the speed of sound. This is what we are looking at, ladies and gentlemen. This is where the interconnection comes in. Today, ladies and gentlemen, with the new renewable energy policy that we just unveiled about a couple of days ago and approved it through the cabinet, Pakistan's impact in renewable energy is going to go to 20,000 megawatts by the year 2030, 8,000 megawatts by the year 2025. The average cost of energy is going to be brought down from approximately 8.5 cents per unit. We have the Farooqi Saab, Chairman NEPRA, sitting here. From 8.5 cents per unit average cost, which is on the high side in the region, to less than 4 cents per unit, ladies and gentlemen. That's the price of the energy cost of the renewable energy we are looking at. It's going to drag down the cost of energy. Once that energy comes in, it will do what? It's going to unleash the competitiveness in our export sector. It's going to create jobs. It's going to create prosperity in the region. It is all about trade, and it is all about the purchasing power of people, ladies and gentlemen. That is what we want to target. Now, China's contribution so far in India, I'm just going to give you a brief mention, almost 12,300 megawatts, which are in progress, some of them on the ground, an investment of approximately $12 billion. But this is not enough, or this is not the end in itself. The investment opportunity in the energy sector, in renewable energy alone, if you look at the market size, it is $40 billion in renewable energy alone. When you look at the transmission side, it is approximately another $20 billion. When you look at the distribution side, in which we are talking to our friends from China in looking at the AMI, the automatic metering infrastructure, another $20 billion market over there. The reason being because Pakistan's energy offtake is 500 kilowatt per person. On the lower side, India is 900 kilowatts per person. China is 2,500 kilowatt per person. The European Union is 10,000 kilowatts per person. So that is what we are aiming at. We have to increase that investment opportunity. You add the petroleum sector, the energy sector, investment opportunity in the energy market of $120 to $130 billion sitting right here. And the good news is that investments have started rolling in. We just had a financial close in this very hotel, just a couple of rooms down from here, down the corridor 2 days ago. And companies, 12 energy companies have signed off and started investments of $700 million, Mushahid Saab. They've started off investing in the renewable energy. So that is what we're looking at. And I see some of our friends from the renewable energy sector sitting here in the audience as well. And they've worked hard, and all the people have worked hard, so my compliments to them as well. Ladies and gentlemen, another important factor, it's not just the generation side alone, what we put in the policy, and this is what the Prime Minister Imran Khan insisted upon, is to relocate the manufacturing capabilities of your photovoltaic cells, your wind turbines, your value-added products in Pakistan. And another good news is that countries such as Denmark, China, Japan, they are relocating their manufacturing capabilities in Pakistan for, number one, the large market in the renewable energy sector itself, the photovoltaic cells technology, the windmills, and last but not least, exporting it into the Central Asian Republic, as well as the market in Africa, because the renewable energy market itself lends it to distributed generation. So all these things that we are talking about, ladies and gentlemen, when we talk about the petroleum sector, the south to north pipeline we are talking about. So the interconnections we are talking about, it aids China in the sense that they have another supply line. other than the Straits of Malacca, which is reliable, which is open 24/7, which reduces the transportation cost. And another important factor, ladies and gentlemen, is the investment in what I call the green technology, GRIN. That is going to be a game changer. Genetics, robotics, information technology, nanotechnology. We are at the cusp of, ladies and gentlemen, switching from a regular processor that is a binary processor that calculates in 1 and 0s to quantum computing. Those of you who are interested in technology, just go into a Google search and just Google quantum computing and you'll see Google's quantum computing solved a series of equations, simultaneous linear equations in 222 seconds, which otherwise could only be solved by the fastest supercomputer available today in 10,000 years. So the computing time has just come down from 10,000 years to 222 seconds. So what this is going to do is it's going to change the way we perceive technology, the way we conduct business activities. We are at the thresholds, ladies and gentlemen, at the cusp of another revolution in all these fields, and Pakistan is absolutely correctly placed. With our friendship with China, China has access to the world markets. Pakistan is a stable environment for investment opportunities through the special economic zones, what the Honorable Speaker was mentioning. So when you take all these factors combined together, ladies and gentlemen, the power requirement of Pakistan, if you look at it, if you just this morning, we were together, Chairman NEPRA and myself and some of our other colleagues, Shah Sahab he's the member NEPRA from KP, we just finalized our Plexos studies. This is basically a study of looking at where we require our production generation capacities, how to integrate it, when it is going to come in. So we made a roadmap right up to 2040 and beyond. First time in the history of Pakistan has a comprehensive demand study being conducted to know exactly which energy project is required where, what the cost of the energy project will be, and how we are going to drive down, because our strategy is that every energy project that comes in, drive the cost of energy down to give relief to the people of Pakistan, not be shackled to the expensive energy projects brought by the previous government, which inflated the overall capacity payments that we are saddled with. We are opening that, we are breaking those shackles, driving down the cost, increasing competitiveness, increasing job creation, increasing trade, increasing the energy requirements of Pakistan. And by 2030, ladies and gentlemen, we are looking at that Pakistan's installed capacity will be 55,000 megawatts, 60% of which will be from clean and green energy, domestic energy, and in addition to that, 30% variable renewable energy, 30% hydel, 10% coal, 10% nuclear. So when you combine all this, 80% of the installed capacity energy production will be from indigenous resources, cheap, clean, green, affordable energy. And it is going to stem the flow of foreign exchange going out of the country, because it will be all domestic energy. And that is going to be our competitive advantage in Pakistan, ladies and gentlemen. Cheap energy, in addition to that, a highly technical workforce. That is what we have to offer. I was with the Prime Minister of Qatar and other people, and this is what we have to sell. A highly skilled technical workforce is what we need to do. Invest in our youth, invest in our technical skills. That is the force multiplier. Last two things I'm going to leave you, ladies and gentlemen, with. We always, unfortunately, underestimate the strength of our country. A country of 210 million people. Our official GDP is approximately $300 billion. You take the informal economy, which is approximately another $300 billion. Put it together, that's a size of approximately $600 billion. Very interesting factor. People from Japan met me and they're relocating to Pakistan. And they said that they have an automatic algorithm in that company that when the per capita income touches $3,000, they immediately come and start investing in the country in manufacturing. That's what they've done. And when you take the cities, the urban cities of Islamabad, Rawalpindi, Peshawar, Faisalabad, Sialkot, Lahore, Karachi, Quetta, the per capita income jumps to $5,000 and above. So it makes a large target market. It makes a very viable market with purchasing power parity. Now, why did I mention the $600 billion, ladies and gentlemen? Because Pakistan is not an energy-rich country. We don't have oil reserves. We're not petrochemical rich. The largest petrochemical producer in the world, Saudi Arabia, has a GDP of close to $850 billion. So all things being equal, what you call in economics, ceteris paribus, all things equal, when you look at it, a country with a large engineering base, highly skilled people, upwardly mobile, tremendous potential, cheap sources of energy coming in, an economy which is being unshackled and is going to grow, inshallah. So all the indicators are on the plus side, and Pakistan is going to rise and inshallah ta'ala become a regional player in industry and value-added products. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, congratulations to our Chinese friends. And last thing, CPEC is not just energy. CPEC is just not roads. CPEC foundation was laid 60 years ago. CPEC is the name of two countries getting together for their mutual benefits and to raise the livelihood and the quality of living of their people. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Chi Yong for his excellent contribution in promoting the friendship between China and Pakistan.
Thank you.
Senator Mushahid Hussain Sayyid. Let's take a look at a brief documentary covering the highlights of the visit and also the launch of the in-depth research reports by PowerChina and Pakistan-China Institute on the Port Qasim Power Plant.
A one-day intensive site visit of CPEC's early harvest project, the 1320 megawatt supercritical Port Qasim coal-fired power plant, was arranged by Pakistan-China Institute on 1st November 2019. The delegation, which was very diverse in nature, included parliamentarians from all prominent political parties, media and researchers, and was led by Senator Mushahid Hussain Sayyid, Chairman, Foreign Affairs Committee of Senate and Pakistan-China Institute. The delegates flew from Islamabad to Karachi. The purpose of the visit was to witness the ground realities in two major dimensions: the socio-economic impact and environmental effects of the plant so far. They were warmly welcomed by top management of the PowerChina plant. The plant management briefed from its in-house exclusive coal offloading jetty and 125 acres artificially planted area of mangroves for sustaining the marine ecology, followed by the coal yard, ash yard, and control room. Ash yard and the coal have been designed up to the national and World Bank guidelines. All the environmental mitigation measures were explained in state-of-the-art control room in the presence of live streaming of emissions data. It was witnessed that all the emissions that include gas, liquid, and solid are far less than the given guidelines by Sindh Environmental Quality Standards and the World Bank.
The smoke being emitted from Port Qasim plant, PowerChina's plant, has a different texture. It's white, while the smoke around it from other power plants is dark and black. So it's contributing to pollution, while this is not, because this is
special supercritical technology. The delegation also visited the two gigantic cooling towers club with the supercritical boilers, turbines, and generators. They were formally briefed about the socio-economic impact of the plant with its over $2 billion foreign direct investment under CPEC. The plant had achieved its commercial operation 2 months ahead of its scheduled time and has been declared first ever CPEC's energy project. 8,270Plant has also been certified with an award of Annual Environment Excellence Award 2018 by National Forum for Environment and Health. In the end, the delegation assessed the mitigation measures against environmental effects, including technology, fuel quality, emissions control, and coal handling, coupled with corporate social responsibility activities and socio-economic impact on the economy.
We have been working together with the HVDC to resolve the transmission line tripping issue. And we have introduced the Chinese technology, and especially on the installation technology, we introduced the techniques, we introduced footprint and and we also worked together to investigate and to find out what is the solution to improve the transmission installation level so that it can protect the transmission line as well as all the generators.
Today, Pakistan-China Institute is also launching 2 research reports, namely Success Story of CPEC 1320 megawatt Port Qasim Coal-Fired Power Plant with subtitles Exploring Socio-Economic Impact and Exploring Environmental Effects, respectively, in collaboration with PowerChina. The outcomes of these research reports are based on multiple primary surveys, primary data, and cited by reliable secondary data sources to communicate the true outlook of the initiative.